te bua. And with that, Mr Speaker, I commend the bill to the House. Congratulations. Kia ora.
Mr Speaker.
James Shaw, 5-minute call on behalf of the Green Party.
E te manga ai o te whare tēnā koe. He mihi aroha kia koutou ngā uri o te awa o Whanganui. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Mr Speaker, I am Pākehā. My ancestors are from Opotiki, where whakatohia are tangata whenua. I asked for the honour to be allowed to speak to this bill. As kaiarahi o te ropu kākariki, I asked to be allowed to speak to this bill because it contains a gift for te ao katoa. Mr Speaker, when I first ran for the leadership of the Green Party just over 2 years ago, I was talking about the notion of legal personhood for natural features. And Patrick Gower, a journalist, dismissed the idea as human rights for snails. And so I hope he's listening to the debate this morning. In my time, I want to acknowledge and to thank all of those who have made this possible. And I'd like to speak particularly to the recognition of legal personhood of Te Awa Whanganui. And I want to recognise what a gift it is that you have given to all of us. Mr Speaker, I'd like to just start by acknowledging the people who have made all of this possible. The hapu and tupuna rohi of Whanganui iwi, you're the tangata whenua, and the kaitiaki of Te Awa Whanganui. I acknowledge everything that you have passed through, the sacrifices you have made and the injustices you have suffered that have brought us to this point. As Pākehā, I honestly cannot even begin to imagine what it is that you have been through on your journey to this point. I do want to acknowledge the Māori Affairs Select Committee and the Chair, Nuk Korako, for the work that they have done to bring us to this point, the officials and the negotiators on both sides who have done, I think, a superb work in creating this bill. And I'd also like to acknowledge the Honourable Chris Finlayson, the Minister responsible, and also the Attorney-General of this country for shepherding through a Conservative government what is actually a pretty radical legal notion, the idea that an environmental feature would have legal personhood. I asked him in the middle of an election campaign, I said, how did you get that through Cabinet? Because I would have thought there would have been some resistance. And he said, oh, it's a very interesting legal notion, and simply wandered off. In other words, I don't think they knew what they were signing up to. Mr Speaker, ko au te awa, ko te awa ko au. That idea, obviously, this is such a deep spiritual and cultural notion to Māori and to the people of the Whanganui River, that I think that this bill gives such recognition to. I'd like to speak to what it means for an environmental feature in Aotearoa to have legal personhood, because it means that the river itself has the right not to be polluted. It has the right not to be degraded. It has the right not to be overdrawn before it can replenish itself. And that is an extraordinary idea, that the river has that right in and of itself not to be polluted, not to be degraded, not to be drawn down before it can replenish itself. My colleague, Peter Pareone, asked what is the interaction between that idea and the Resource Management Act. And as you will have the power of attorney, I urge you to use it because it is going to be fascinating to see how this idea that legal personhood actually plays out in New Zealand, because that right not to be polluted or degraded, I think it should be tested. We want to see what that looks like, because that is going to be a great day. And in so doing, it sets a precedent for all of Aotearoa and also for Te Ao Katoa. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you have sacrificed and what you have been through to give this gift to all of us. This isn't just for the people of the Whanganui. This is a gift for all of Aotearoa and for the world, and I acknowledge you for that. Thank you.
Dr. Shane Retty.